Hey there, Pokefans. Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Matt, and we're going to continue our seasonal rank climb using a team that we built from scratch. So, sorry for not really posting anything yesterday. I decided to focus on building on the team, and that took a little bit longer than expected. And I also got distracted. Yeah. Anyways, so here is the team that we're going to be trying out so far. We removed Regieleki, like we said in the last video, and we have sent him back here to be respec'd and then retrained to be something else. He's not a bad Pokemon. I think the way that I have him set is not comparable to anything specific. You might also notice that Sylveon was going to be on the team, but is over here. She also had to be respec. Well, technically he, because Sylveon's male, but we had to respec it. It was defensively built, not offensive at all, even with the throat spray boost. I do not feel comfortable by throwing out Sylveon doing it this way. I think it's actually anti-productive. So because I don't remember what I did, like specific reason for Sylveon, I decided to send it back to be retrained from square one. I also am going to be redoing my boxes here because there's some I can obviously make changes to, and then there's some that I really don't have a whole lot of access. Well, I have access to everyone, but I don't know why the Pokemon are here, to be honest, and I don't know what to do with them. So I'm just gonna go back and start retraining a lot of different Pokemon. Like these guys, I have an idea what they're supposed to do, but then again, I forgot what it was and have no idea. But like some of the restricted needs to be trained as well. And then there's a bunch of these guys that I know are good in theory. Let me explain myself, as it sounds terrible what I'm about to say. All of these Pokemon, like the 3 boxes, almost 3 boxes, they're not trained correctly, and that sucks. Because some of these Pokemon could actually be bulkier or just meant for the 252, and I don't know which one is which. So I have to go through and make sure that all of these Pokemon are built, and with the restructuring of the boxes, I might have like an attacking box and like a bulk box. Bulk means doing a little bit more, or I could just leave it saying VGC trained and then just, do this before I select. Obviously, special attack and speed, and then 4 and something else. Dusclops with the Eviolite, this is what its stats are. Probably not the best, but could be better. Mimikyu, around the same thing, right? Now, you guys might look at this and go, well, why is this solid, not this? And that's only because of the fact that they have 2 more points. They're trained either 504 or 508, and then they have 2 more points remaining. That gives them that solid color. This is a fully EV trained Pokemon with 510 EVs invested. You only can have access to 510. The 2 points literally do nothing. They don't give you half a point. They don't give you any type of structure. Even with like calculations for like leftovers, when that comes into play, the 2 points literally mean nothing. And a lot of us just train the 508 because 4 points is 1 stat point. So that's why you'll see solid, like not solid colors, because these are trained either 504, as I may have forgot what they were, or 508 with the 2 points remaining, and then there's stuff like that. And then some Pokemon, much like the Umbreon, is meant to do something specific, but it doesn't really answer anything outside of that. So when I try to build a team, I take that into consideration. Sylveon was one of those Pokemon. It's bulk. I couldn't do anything with it. So I decided to look at everyone else. Burgraf is the same thing. Bulk. Doesn't really attack. This is far. Okay, yeah. Doesn't attack. It's just to be able to take damage and kind of stand there and look pretty. Torkoal. Kind of the same thing, but I think Torkoal could be redone in a certain way just because of the fact that I think you can invest into other different stats to make it so that it survives. But its main attack, which is supposed to be the special attack, is 252. So I'm just going to be looking into that kind of stuff and see what I can do to maybe change things around, because I think it would be really, really interesting, especially since this Pokemon was built a long time ago before I realized a lot of different stuff about the game. So I figured revisiting a lot of the Pokemon that I built might be a little bit more fun. Now, am I going to reset all of these Pokemon? Absolutely not. Not with Champions right around the corner. I will do that when Champions comes out, when I'm buying each and every single bit of Pokemon to be able to play on the rank ladder so that we can compete and have fun while actually building a team from scratch. But I will be making changes to the team as I see fit. And right now, we're pretty solid of what I would like to see and do. So yeah, I have my pranksters. in this middle row. I have, you know, restricted Pokemon I would like to use. Rayquaza is going to be joining this side here pretty soon because I would love to see how that works. Maybe change up everything for Urshifu as well, just because I would love to walk in with Koraidon with a utility umbrella for Urshifu and just kind of have some fun with that Pokemon because I think it would be really, really cool. Calyrex right now is kind of... I like the Pokemon. It is incredibly strong, but I am also getting incredibly bored with it. Super fast. I don't really have to worry about it, but I'm getting kind of bored. I want to do something different, and we'll probably figure out a new Pokemon to take its place. Who that is, I do not know. Could do Eternatus. It is a special attacker. Could go to Palkia, special attacker. We could try Lunala for the first time, is a special attacker as well. It's Shadow Shield and would make it so that we can actually perform well in Trick Room. So it is an option. Is it going to be the best option? I don't know. But yeah, you can even try Reshiram. Why not? I also would like to try Giratina, but at that point, I'm not sure. I think Giratina would be really, really fun. I do have 2 ghost Pokemon currently on the team, which is the Fluttermane and Calyrex, but I also have 2 fighting types with Urshifu and Zama. So we'll see what this team can do and go from there. So 6 battles on the way. I'm hoping you guys enjoy the show. And also, don't forget to wish me luck because I'm definitely going to need it. Okay, okay. Miraidon, Iron Hands, Calyrex, Ice Strider, Hitmontop, Tatsugiri, and Dondozo. Not fun, still don't have Haze, and no one to say no to priority. Kind of why I wanted to use Burgraph over Fluttermane, but initially I wanted to use Sylveon. They had to be reset, unfortunately. And in this case, what's the best option that I have? This is gonna be really, really interesting. I think walking in with Tornadus and Calyrex, because the only fake out gears that they have is the Hitmontop, and I don't really think I have to worry about anyone else after that. We'll do Ogerpon and Zama, probably. Now I am opening up myself to be super affected against Tatsugiri and Dondozo, especially if they have Earthquake. But with Zama with Wide Guard, I should be able to negate some of that. Hopefully give us the ability of withstanding a couple of moves. I will probably have to deal with Dondozo Tatsugiri though. It's just right off the bat, Dondozo and Calyrex. Okay, we're not gonna Trick Room. Instead, what I would like to do is taunt you. That's probably gonna be Tatsugiri, to be honest. And I'm just gonna go ahead and Astral Barrage in case if it's not the swap. Okay, it is Tatsu. Former Titan. Yep. That's fine. Following turn is when it's gonna really, really suck. Well, depending on what it does now. Okay. Barrage, it's gonna miss the Tatsugiri, it's gonna hit the Dondozo. Okay. We're up. On the Tornadus. Attack Rose. Okay. Leftovers. Okay. So I'm gonna taunt you to force to protect, and I'm gonna nasty plot. My thought was that they're gonna protect, and then if they, you know, do that, we're up. Now it's a +4 attack with leftovers. Okay. I'm gonna Bleakwind Storm, and I'm gonna protect Calyrex. As Tornadus right now can go down. Since I know Calyrex is on the field or in the roster, I don't know who the last Pokemon is. Okay, drop the speed, good. Okay. That's +5. taunt gonna come back, or is that, do I still have one more turn? Okay. Break the mold. I still have one more turn for taunt. Good. You can't protect, so this should hurt a lot. Using quite a bit of resources to try to take down this Pokemon, but as soon as it goes down, I should have a way easier time dealing with it. Because I don't know where the fourth is. I don't think it's Miraidon. It could be. It very well could be. It's not enough. Dondozo also does have Unaware. So obviously any boosts I get is not going to be super grateful. Taunt is now gone. They get a double KO. Unfortunately, this battle is over. I can't take down 3. Effectively 4 Pokemon by itself, or Zama can't. So I'm just gonna go ahead and call it. Protect probably was like a better option there, but I was gonna lose one or both, to be honest. Even with the -1 in speed, it makes it so that my Pokemon are a little bit faster, but that doesn't really matter. I knew it had protect. Absolutely. It's getting HP back from leftovers. That's gonna be enough to survive. Because it's got +2 and I only have +1. Yeah. And this is a +5, which means it's gonna hit Zama pretty hard. Yeah. No, I figured that one out. Protecting there would not have done anything realistically. It would have given me an opportunity to maybe KO it with Ogerpon. Maybe, but it was still 2v4 at that point. With Calyrex in the back, and I don't know what the fourth is. But we absolutely guessed it. 100%. But in the event that they didn't do that, of which I thought they were going to do, the backup plan, it's like, okay, well, if you don't make this switch, I taunt Calyrex, which means that you don't get access to Trick Room. And yeah, it does ruin one turn. I don't attack with one Pokemon, but I do attack with another. So that's where that comes in. Okay, ooh, all right. Kyogre, Magearna, Mungus, Stone or Rock Ogerpon, Annihilate, and Whimsicott. Okay, I have an idea of what I need to do. We'll bring in, I think Waterman would be perfect here, honestly. Because I think Annihilate's going to come in and it's going to cause a lot of problems for my team. I have to bring in Tornadus because of Whimsicott. Yeah, we'll do Flutter. And then Callie and Zama. Potentially, I could just go with Callie and do a ton of damage to Annihilate. And then have the space for Ogerpon, which then takes care of Kyogre. Actually, I think that's going to be the best pick. We'll do that. Now, thinking back on it, I think the option of that is a lot better. And I have an option of swapping out one of my Pokemon to ignore Rage Powder, which is essentially what I want to do. Because the Mungus is there, can redirect and do quite a bit of stuff, especially if they open up with Kyogre. Okay, Annihilate Magearna. Okay. Okay, Trick Room might get activated here, but I don't think it will. I could taunt and say no to it. It is a Steel Fairy type. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to taunt you, and I'm going to protect. Calyrex for the final Gambit play. Tornadus is gonna live. His final Gambit doesn't go after. Okay. Final Gambit doesn't go through Sash. Taunt you. No Trick Room. No setup. Figured that was gonna happen. Okay. Since you use Protect, you're most likely not the final Gambit build, so I'll just do this instead. I'll do this instead. Hit with True Annihilate. Probably Moongus, if I had to guess. Nope, Kyogre, just straight up using, okay. I like it. That's a 100% Bleak Wind Storms now. Master Mirage. A lot to Magearna. Bleak Wind Storms. It's not... See speed of Magearna, let's go. And Kyogre, but what's good... Oop, that's really... What's good is that we just did a ton of damage to Kyogre. And they're still taunted for one more turn. So what I want to do... I'm going to protect Tornadus. And I'm going to Astral Barrage on Calyrex. Because I want to shut down Magearna. If it gets KO'd here, great. Okay, swaps Magearna. But I wanted to protect Tornadus so that I can stop Trick Room. And I'm also going to lowering down the damage that Kyogre can do. So this might KO. Oh, there goes Annihilate. This is probably Assault Vested Kyogre. Well, this is still going to do a ton of damage. Yeah, there goes Calyrex. But honestly, I'm okay with it because our guess was actually like a really good one. It was a fantastic one. Okay, Magearna comes out. We haunt you again. Grasslize Hornleech into Kyogre. Withdrew Kyogre. Okay. So it might be Spect. Okay, Moongus comes out. Okay. Terra Boost on you, Taunt on Magearna, no Trick Room for you, no setups. Oh, Jesus. Tornadus goes down. Jesus, are you kidding? Are you kidding me, bro? Yes. The Effect Spore? Really? Oh. Okay, we'll go ahead and hit Magearna, and I'll do it twice since this was the Effect Spore and nothing specific. Actually, I'll just hit it with a fire move in case if I wake up. I do have a chance. I think it's like a 33%. Since it's not Spore, it's not a guaranteed sleep. I do have a chance to turn one wake up. Just unlikely after it. Okay, powder. I'm still asleep. I'm okay with it. Press. Alright. That did a little bit more damage than I would like to admit. Rain's got one more turn. Let's just go for it again. Maybe we'll wake up. Rage Powder could still hit. And still, like, redirect. But if Magearna is stuck into... It's not spec. It wouldn't do Trick Room and then swap out. That's probably the only move that it has. Oh, look. Ogerpon woke up. Hyper Petrol. Gonna be in the rain. But to take down the Magearna, as Amoonguss didn't do anything. It's probably Pollen Puff. Oh, Spore. Okay. Rain stopped. So this is their win condition, huh? Okay. I want a wide guard to set that up, and I'm just going to Spiky Shield. I think I outspeed the Kyogre, but I also do put myself in a huge problem right off the bat. They're probably going to set up with Origin Pulse. They could also do Hydro Pump. There's lots of options that they do have. They haven't used their Terra yet, so it's a possibility that's something that could also happen. Okay, there's the Rage Powder. It is Hydro Pump. Okay. All right, since it's Hydro Pump and I'm thinking that it's spec'd, it's probably going to do it again. Which means I should just be okay with using any of my moves. Let's see, 80, 100, 100's better. Yeah, I will hit you. And I will... I'll hit you too, just to get the redirection. Okay. Done. Amoonguss is over. Zama's still asleep. You're not spec'd. Got you. Got you. Alright. Horn Leech right there would have been pretty good against Kyogre, but I needed to take down Amoonguss in the event that something like that might happen. Alright. Zama, wake up. It's time to wake up, buddy. You want some coffee? Oh, Jesus. Thunder. That was it. That was my game. So I don't know. It probably was Assault Vested. If I had to guess, that was Assault Vested. It wasn't taking like special hits that badly, but I think it's got a lot of special defense anyway. Wasn't Sash, wasn't Spect. I could have Mystic Water. Could also have Wide Lens. That would help accuracy checks. My guess it was the Assault Vest. Okay. Torkoal, Whimsicott, Rigarath, Amoonguss, Calyrex, Ice Rider, and Miraidon. Obvious Trick Room. Super obvious. The only Pokemon that really outspeeds me, well, there's two, is Miraidon and Whimsicott. I think one of those Pokemon are basically there to do Trick Room so that the Pokemon can maybe do that. But this also could be a huge bait. Anti-priority, they have redirection, both are great. Heck, this could be a well-mannered team here. We're gonna open up with Calyrex and Tornadus because I feel like I have to. I feel like I have to. And then bring in Ogerpon and Zama. If I bring in Fluttermane, I end up getting screwed somewhere. Especially with being 307 speed, which if they do somehow get Trick Room up, I'm actually in trouble. Are they going to get it up? It's unlikely, but there is still a chance. Brigraph's on the party. This is what makes taunt on, you know, Tornadus so bad. So right here would be a great chance of just taunting, but then I get hit with Rage Powder, which then redirects it. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm just going to go ahead and hit it. I'm going to hit it this way. Okay. So Trick Room is possibly getting set up with Calyrex, but Astral Barrage is super effective against that move, or against that Pokemon. Please hit. Please. Oh, it does. That's a double. They're probably going to quit. Turn 1 and I get a double KO. I literally almost one-shotted that Pokemon. That was insane. Holy crap. Torkoal. And Miraidon. Okay. Okay. Kicks in. I'm gonna go ahead and Tailwind, and I'm just gonna go ahead and Astral Barrage. I didn't get any buffs, but I'm okay with the outcome because of what this turned out to be. Torkoal's not gonna do a ton of damage to me anymore. And Miraidon. Yeah. Micro Drift. Going to Calyrex. Yep. Ah, that's okay. I'm okay with it because Calyrex right now is just meant to, like, oh, I can take the hit off someone else for a little bit. Here's the Heat Wave. It is going to hit, but that's not a KO. Neither of those are a KO. Now, theory is that the sun makes Bleakwind Storm less likely to hit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to protect on Tornadus, Terra, Stomping Tantrum to Miraidon. Okay. And it's like, I did a lot of damage with Calyrex. The Spooky Plate has been like a really good option for him. It's a lot better than Specs. I'm not locked into something. I can actually protect and, you know, delay a turn because they're going to want to attack that Pokemon anyway because it's got like numero uno. While I feel bored using Calyrex, it makes a lot of people very, very nervous, myself included. Just saying. Okay, we have Shadow Rider, Koraidon, ooh, Galarian Weezing, Entity, Roaring Moon, and Sneasler. All right. So that Sneasler, Psychic Seed. You're not going to want to have Unburden after that. But a lot of people use Acrobatics for Sneasler now, which is a great combo, by the way. Yeah, Weezing. Oh, with the Weezing, what do I do? Let's do Tornadus. I walk in with Calyrex, right? I have to. Yeah, I have to. And I will live one attack. I will also use Zama, and I'm gonna do Fluttermane. I think that's what I'm gonna walk in with. I think that's what's gonna help me win this fight, because Weezing right now, taking away all of my abilities is a problem. But Calyrex does negate that ability, which I think it doesn't. It shouldn't, honestly. It should not negate the ability, but, no, it should negate the ability. But the reason why, because it doesn't, makes me mad. Shiny Roaring Moon. So, thought process. Weezing doesn't negate Calyrex's when I think that it should, which is going to make it really, really hard for me to kind of dictate what's really, really good and what's not, especially right now. Okay, no booster energy on. Because we got the sun out turn 1. Okay. I didn't check to see what the boost was. I do have to Terra Calyrex or Protect. Protecting might be play here. Because I don't want to swap either. At least not right now. Yeah, I'm going to protect. I think protecting right now is going to be the play. Because they might activate Tailwind on Roaring Moon. It may not. Knock up. Okay. Okay, good. Flame charge. That was okay. Remember when I told you that it makes people like feel uncomfortable? That's 100% the reason why. 100%. Because now I can do this and accept the KO from Roaring Moon. Okay. But my target was to take down Rhydon. Barrage. Not super healthy there. Bleak Wind Storm. It's gonna miss Koraidon. Please hit and get the speed down. Hits. Speed down. No speed down. Knockoff. Okay. Now again, I'm okay with this outcome because of what happens after. Because now I can bring out Flutter Mane, which is going to get a boost in the sun. And Koraidon already protected, so it can't protect now. It can't taunt Roaring Moon, but I also have to plan that Koraidon is going to survive this upcoming hit. But I'm just going to go ahead and just do Dazzling Gleam because I think the Terra is going to go to that Pokemon now anyway. I should have checked it to see what the Tailwind terms are. I think I have 2 more turns. I really do think I have 2. But right now I'm the fastest Flutter Mane right now is the fastest Pokemon on the field. Okay, they withdrew Koraidon. Okay, Sneasler. Ooh. Dazzling Gleam. Super effective against the Roaring Moon. Don't know what item Sneasler has. Break Wind Storm. That's a KO. So they traded 2 Pokemon to save the 1. I don't know how I would feel about that, to be honest. Because those are really good assets. Rhydon. And Shadow Rider. Okay. Sun's already out. Right now, I generally outspeed Calyrex. So I'm just going to protect. And I'm just going to Dazzling Gleam to hopefully hit the Koraidon. Could just double protect to guarantee, so that Flame Charge doesn't go off, but I believe that the Terra is going to go on Koraidon. There shouldn't be any reason why it's not. They want to make sure that it survives, but it could also go Calyrex. Ghost? Okay. Okay. You probably have the Sash, if I had to guess then. I'm going to protect here. Dazzling Gleam. Rhydon gets 1 shot because it's ×4 weak to my Pokemon. Absolutely. And you Astral Barrage, and you get a +1 off the Flutter Mane. But unfortunately, that's the only +1 that you're going to get because I'm going to outspeed you next time. That's all you're going to get. Okay, my Tailwind's gone. Bring out Zama. And you don't have any more Pokemon. It's just Calyrex. And, yeah. I'm going to Tailwind and just Crunch. Which gets... just hits you with super effectively. And you may or may not get KO'd now. We'll find out. You don't. Just barely live. Master Barrage. Tornadus will live for sure. Zama probably. Nope. Probably Spect. If I had to guess. Alright, Tornadus, win this the game. Win us the game. Sun faded. Alright, don't miss. You got this. Don't miss. Are you Tornadus. You had one job, bro. Just hit the dang thing. I can't be mad. I love stuff like that. The 50-50s are all what really matter. Okay, we've got Miraidon, Incineroar, Tornadus, Amoonguss, Zamazenta, and Chien-Pao. Dope. Okay, so what's going to be my course of action here? I kind of want to walk in with Calyrex again. Not knowing what the items are on all the different Pokemon. I do have to worry about Incineroar as a fake out. Okay, so we will walk in with these two. We are going to bring in Ogerpon. Actually, should I? No. Yes, no. I'm going to bring in Ogerpon. I was thinking about doing Urshifu to get rid of the Sash on Chien-Pao, but that's not going to be like the best bet. I could also do Fluttermane. That wouldn't be a bad pick either. But then I do nothing against Incineroar, Amoonguss, and Zama, unless it's Terra Dragon, which is a huge possibility. A lot of people tend to do that one. It negates a lot of stuff. I like fighting because it just gives body press a boost. And we'll do Zama. I want to make sure that I outspeed Miraidon first and foremost, because Miraidon's going to be like the bigger guy that I have to worry about. Now, I think that might be the Pokemon I replace Calyrex with, to be honest. I have not played with Miraidon yet. I think he's in now. I have a Violet account, and I grabbed Miraidon and transfer him over. I think he's over on my Scarlet game. He might still be in the bank, but if he's not, whatever. Anyways, they open up with Zama and Chien-Pao, and they're versing Tornadus and Calyrex. Okay. So right now I generally outspeed the two right in front of me. So I should be okay with just maybe setting up with the Bleakwind Storm. I do have to use my Terra on Calyrex. Actually, do I? I could protect turn 1. Yeah, let's protect, because I don't know if Wild Guard's gonna come out. I also don't know if Sucker Punch is gonna be a thing. At least not right now. Oh, shiny Chien-Pao. Nice spinner. Okay, drops me down to my Sash. When Storm comes in next, hits both. Heavy Slam. Okay. Okay. So now I want to trade Tornadus for Ogerpon. I'm going to Terra, Astro Barrage, and this should get the KO. How does stab bonuses work again? I still get the 1.5 if I'm not that type, right? With the Terra. I'm not sure how that works. I want to say yes, but this is like a really good defensive typing, and I've really not thought about it. I think I still get the boost. It's just not a 1 or 2.5. Okay. It's not a 2.5, but it is a okay. Not very effective. Okay, and we'll go ahead and just hit into you, and I will protect Calyrex. Now that I know that you have Wide Guard, I'm not going to try to use my attack again. Now, Ogerpon does have access to Taunt and Encore. And I went with Encore once before and completely botched it. 100% botched it. Was not a good idea. That's what happens when, like, you don't really know stuff about the games. You're like, I mean, this could happen, this could happen, this could happen. But you just need to literally play around and see what happens. So, yeah. Terra Ghost on Zama on their side. I'm gonna protect. Yippee. We go Ice Spinner, and that goes right into Calyrex. No Wide Guard. Okay. Body Press also goes into Calyrex. You outspeed Ogerpon. That's good to know. Excellent to know. But now they're actually in a really rough spot. They're gonna have to Wide Guard several turns now, because if they don't, I'm actually gonna take the game away. Oh, actually, this is gonna be rough for me. I kind of have to go on the offensive, huh? This Tornadus is gonna get Tailwind up now. Yeah, 10 into you. We'll swap into my Zama. I wish I could give myself the +1, but I'm gonna lose someone. This is gonna be like the game of switching right now. They have to Wide Guard to protect Zama, because otherwise Zama's gonna go down. And I don't know if that's gonna be a resource that they're gonna want to give up. There's Tailwind. Body Press. I'm okay with that. I cudgel. That was a crit. And I'm gonna go after you. And I'm gonna Wide Guard for Bleak Wind Storm. Protect Ogerpon since I can't Terra, and get rid of the typing. There it is. Stopping the Bleak Wind Storm. Once Zama goes down, I bring out Tornadus. Body Press. I'm okay with it. Actually, I'm probably going to take down their Zama right now, so I don't have to worry about Wide Guard. Good going, me. Good going, me. Because now they lost 2 Pokemon. And this is... right on. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay. Tornadus, do you have Taunt? They have Tailwind for 2 more turns. I could risk it. Or... you know what? I want to see what you've got. I want to delay the turn. I want to double protect. You do have taunt. Okay. Not good for me. That was the swap for Calyrex. That's not good for me at all. So I want to deal with the target now. Just get rid of you. And hope for a double. Let's try it. I don't think I'll get taken down by Dazzling Gleam. I'm part fire type. I resist it. Grass is neutral to it. I got the double. Let's go. Ooh, that's gonna save my bacon actually. Drift. Nope, that's not Scarf. Pokemon lives though. Dope. 5-4. Gotcha. Pokemon dodge. Pokemon dodge. Pokemon dodge. You didn't dodge. You took less damage. Okay, that's a crit. It's like you took less damage from one attack and you couldn't dodge the other one. Bro. I can't be mad right now because it was literally like a chance, but I got the double protect. 100% better. Now we get to see how this is going to play out. Do they get the 50-50 or do I get the 50-50? If we're at the same speed or not. I mean, if they taunt, I still outspeed. Okay. If they taunt, I outspeed regardless. They went for Bleak Wind. Okay. Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen. I figured that was gonna happen. The following turn wasn't gonna look any better, to be honest. But that was really, really fun. That was super fun. Oh, literally could have went either way. If Ogerpon would have dodged that, that would have made my night. Absolutely. Ooh, okay. We have Alcremie, Clefable, Ice Rider, Kyogre, Dragonite, and Urshifu. Interesting. Super interesting. Is Clefable still a normal type or is it just pure fairy? No one on that team outspeeds me in any particular order, so I don't really think I have to worry about that too much. So maybe we start off with the legends. That would be interesting. Super interesting, in fact. And then we bring in Fluttermane and Ogerpon. I mean, Dragonite, I just thought of it after I clicked it. I mean, Dragonite does have access to Tailwind. I don't know if they're going to have that, but that's a good possibility. The team looks and screams Trick Room to me. Now, I could be wrong in that, but I don't think they're going to be able to handle my team as much as they would like. Okay, Calyrex and Zama versus Dragonite and Kyogre. So maybe we will see some shenanigans of maybe Tailwind. Some shenanigans, but we are probably going to see a KO of one or both of these Pokemon, to be honest. I'm going to Astral Botch both. Okay. Should have figured that was going to happen. Maybe not after the Dragonite, but that's okay. Astral Barrage. Inner Focus or Multiscale doesn't really... I mean, a Multiscale is going to definitely help the Dragon. And it is Multiscale. Hold press. Here comes Tailwind. There it is. I knew it. The thing yep. There it is. Okay, we'll just go ahead and Wide Guard, and I'll just... Now, we're probably going to get hit with Thunder, Hydro Pump. Could be a spread move, but I don't think I have to worry about anything on my end in particular. I don't want to Terra Calyrex because that's actually a really bad idea. They're going to Terra, probably Kyogre if I had to guess. It is Kyogre. Are you water? Or water? So, Hydro Pump, Water Spout, Wide Guard. This is probably Hydro Pump, to be honest. If I had to guess. Oh, Origin Pulse. Okay, so we're good. Low kick on Zama. I still outspeed Dragonite. Well, Dragonite's KO'd, so I don't have to worry about whatever he's gonna do. The fact that I still outsped Dragonite under Tailwind is insane. I thought that they would probably build it to be faster. Does not seem to be the case. Airship comes out and it's a rapid strike, which is not good for me. Is not good for me at all. Tailwind for 2 more turns. We will wide guard. It is going to be faster. The question is, who do I sack for that? I think I sack Ogerpon. I think I sack Ogerpon and then bring out Fluttermane to maybe deal with that problem. As I have to wide guard for Kyogre. That Pokemon is faster than Kyogre, which means that is or may not be. Pulse. This is how I'm going to decide. I'm going to tell what this is going to be. Kyogre is not Scar. It does not have a choice item. Most likely has an Assault Vest. So this is going to give us an idea of what we're dealing with. Wide Guard, and I'm just going to go ahead and Moonblast to Urshifu. They have Tailwind for 1 more turn. And this is why I sacked these 2 so I can deal the damage after Tailwind's gone. Okay, they do in fact have... That is Scarlet. Because I'm at 307, and yeah, Tailwind is now over for them. Which doesn't bode well for me. I should have maybe kept Fluttermane alive. Just sacked Calyrex. Oh no, it's really, really hard. How long do they have rain for? 1 more turn? Left guard 1 more turn. And I'll just... Yeah, I'll go for it. It's pretty much all that I can do. I can't protect in front of Urshifu. There's no point. I'm 222. Nope. Okay, there was just Tailwind. That's all it was. It was just Tailwind. So they were faster than 307, both of them. Either that or they met me at 222 and I just outsped. Who knows? I can't answer that. All I know is that I've won the 50-50 there. Last is Calyrex. Okay. And I will go ahead and Behemoth. Yeah, Behemoth Bash and Astral Barrage. Like, I don't know what the speed was for that Urshifu, but like I said, this team was screaming Trick Room. So I think they hit a certain threshold to where they did outspeed me, but they were definitely faster than 307. Because that Urshifu was able to KO Fluttermane, and it wasn't Scarfed. It's not that I know of. Since this is the last battle, we're gonna look at that real quick. Probably really, really good to look at that. So we're just gonna do Fluttermane, and Urshifu should be right here. Okay. Doubles level 50. So I had timid, and we will see. This was selected. Speed 307. Urshifu with Tailwind beat my Fluttermane at 307. So what do they need to have to beat that number specifically? That answers a lot of questions. It was Jolly. So it needed to beat 307. Okay. So from my calculations right here, Jolly, I don't know what the item was. I maybe Banded. I didn't see any other move. All I know is that it had Surging Strikes. Okay. It was gonna one-shot Fluttermane regardless. Yeah. Alright, so here's what I can currently see. Fluttermane was gonna get taken down regardless of what happened. Most likely just a re-hit move. The EV spread is 280 at least for Speed, Jolly with Tailwind. Now this could be like 252, but then it would have outsped Calyrex right after that. Well, I mean, Tailwind was gone. So how I know it wasn't Scarf, because Scarf would have made it 223. Adamant, which then would have made it outspeeding, because it didn't. Calyrex was able to attack, suggesting that it was much lower than that. For it to outspeed Fluttermane in Tailwind without Scarf, the speed stat needs to be at 154, and that's where that speed tier comes from. That it was able to outspeed Ogerpon and Fluttermane, and Fluttermane being 307. Fully invested 252 in timid speeds to be able to do that. That's the only way that that Pokemon would be able to do that without major problems. And how I know that it wasn't Scarfed is when Tailwind was over, Calyrex was able to outspeed it no problem. And if we were to calc this higher, it would not be any higher than 263 fully invested into speed. So at least 180 was invested. How much was that invested? I do not know. All I know is that in Tailwind, it outsped Fluttermane, and that was 100% how Fluttermane was taken down in one hit. Everyone else, I have no idea. And then your guess is about as good as mine at that point. And that, ladies and gentlemen, and Pokefans alike, is going to be the end of today's video. Still in Ultra Ball, we got one fight in. Out of 18 battles, we've won 8 and lost. So we went 2 and 4 today, which is not bad. We're not 100% sure where Fluttermane was going to fit, but I'm glad that we picked her anyway, just because we had some extra options and forcing a lot of people to kind of make choices of which Pokemon that they wanted to save rather than lose. Us having like a Pokemon right off the bat be at 307 speed definitely offsets the battle. Having everyone on my party right now with Protect and not locked into a particular move is also incredibly great. I thought of something during these fights. Do you remember when I showed you guys the team, like the preview and stuff like that? One thing that I thought of was maybe, just maybe, using Rhydon, Ogerpon, and having Urshifu with the utility helmet or the utility umbrella, so its attacks are not affected whatsoever. The offset is that it won't get a boost in sun or in rain either, which may or may not cause a problem, but could be something that's interesting. We don't have to remove the Terra this way. We would get a boost for Ogerpon in 2 different categories, mostly from Sun and being in Sun and using a fire type move, we would make it hit incredibly hard. And then we can control the weather and use Pokemon like Fluttermane for a photosynthesis boost without revealing the item. Now, the Pokemon that would fit in that slot, I don't know. We could potentially use Miraidon, like I mentioned before, and have Koraidon and Miraidon on the team, and both of them could work incredibly well. Problem then becomes, do I put someone in with Quark Drive, or do I just leave Miraidon on the team and just accept the fact that I'm never going to be put to sleep again? Which, in a team with the Munguses all over the place right now, doesn't sound like a bad option. Yeah, I could get hit with Qian Paos because I'm notorious of using almost one-hit killers with Qian Pao to knock out Miraidons almost consistently at this point, especially when it's teamed up with Whimsicott. It kind of makes me rethink, like, okay, what would my Miraidon do different than what everyone else is doing, for one? And two, how would I benefit from having Miraidon in my party? I'm literally going from a very strong Pokemon that's in almost every fight, period, Calyrex, and you can just change the form X or Y, doesn't matter which one, it's still there, to then just using an ultra fast Pokemon. But I guess using Miraidon in a fashion that may be fun sounds like something that I would really like to try. Obviously, I would really like to try. And I think that having options for Miraidon could be incredibly fun and exhilarating at the same time. Like I said, I'm getting tired of using Calyrexes. I'm feeling the same with Zama, which is why I was thinking of like maybe using a different type of Pokemon, but it's kind of like, who would I change out for that particular category? I mean, I could literally do Miraidon and Lunala and just have the Electric Seed and get a defense boost that way. But then I literally don't have a physical attacker and I have 2 special attackers, which I guess may not bother me too much. However, with my type of play, I like having 3 attackers, 3 special attackers. And I guess with Fake Out being all over the place and Intimidate being also all over the place, I guess I shouldn't really be mad if someone with Intimidate comes out and goes, oh yeah, I'm just going to take away your attack now. It's like, okay, that's cool. I don't really have to worry about that. But I also like having non-threatening Fake Outs against Calyrexes. I like the ability of doing Terra Dark now to survive against Qian Paos. That was really fun to watch. And being able to kind of do damage against other Calyrexes, both Shadow and Ice. I usually don't KO Ice, but with the strat, it looks like I'm getting to be able to do that. So it's really interesting. I don't know. I would like to know what you guys think down below. So if you made it this far, shout outs to you. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel quite a bit. And again, I would love to hear what you guys have to say of what I just stated. What would you do in my situation? What team would you like start building in the background to like test out later on in the season? Because I have something. I don't know if it's going to work though, but I have something. But for now, that's going to be it for me. So until I see you, please take care of yourselves and have a good one. And I'll see you all next time.